Welcome back to our Homestead kitchen. We are making falafels today. Now there's several ways to make falafels. The traditional way to make falafels is similar to this recipe that I have using chickpeas, but we are making falafels today using split peas. This is a recipe that's been in my family for many years. My aunt gave it to my mother many years ago, and so this is the one that I'm making. It's very simple, takes a few basic ingredients, so let's get started. Welcome to Ridgehaven Homestead. From the mountains of Upper East Tennessee, we share snippets of our off-grid life, cabin build, and garden blessings. Pour yourself a cup of tea, sit back, and take a peek into our off-grid home and family. Let me run through the ingredients and then we'll show you how we put them together. I have doubled this recipe, so when I give the ingredients, it will be the single, but just know that I have doubled it. So the first thing that we want to do is we want to take a cup of split peas, dry split peas, and then we soak them overnight in water. So I have done this. The water looks a little bit murky, but my split peas should be adequately plumped up pretty well. We're going to drain that water, and let me just run through the things that we are going to need. We want a cup of split peas soaked overnight, and then we are going to run those through the blender, but I like to run everything together. So we want a bunch of parsley, which I have just harvested from the garden. We want a large onion. So I'm going to use a red onion today. In addition to the onion, I am going to be using some garlic chives. They just add a nice flavor. I'm going to snip them in to add some color and flavor. Okay, what do we have? We have the parsley, the split peas, the onion, and we are going to need the essential ingredient that we want is coriander, ground coriander. The last time I made these, I did not have coriander. I thought that I did, but it turns out I had cardamom, so that didn't work. And the last time I made them, I substituted curry powder and cumin, and they were very good, but they were just not authentic. So you got to get the coriander. And then a little bit of salt and whatever flavors you like. Some people use pepper. I don't use that, so that's all that we're gonna have. These ingredients, the parsley, I'm using garlic chives, the onion, split peas, coriander, and some salt. You're going to need a blender or food processor, and that is all there is to it. So let's just go ahead and assemble this. In the meantime, I'm going to wash my herbs off, and then we're gonna put these all together. Go ahead and take your split peas that you have soaked and rinse them and drain them and rinse them. Okay, here's the difference between this unsoaked and the soaked split peas. They do almost double in size. They are much softer when they have been soaked, and so that's what you want. I am going to cut my onion in probably like eighths. I'm going to put it in my blender at the bottom. That's just what I do. So peel it. You can use whatever kind of onion you like. I like red onions pretty well. Now, I don't mind if my onions are pureed pretty well because I have people in my family who don't really love onions, and so I'm doing it this way, but you can just chop your onions and you can just dice them. If you want to have that texture, I'm just going to grind them right along with my split peas. And I told you that I've doubled the recipe, that's why I'm doubling the onions. I'm going to add my herbs. And it doesn't really matter if you put the stems of your parsley in. It's all going to get munched up. It's just going to add flavor. Add some of your split peas. You're gonna have to, if you double this recipe like I did, you're gonna have to do it in batches. That's okay. The one ingredient I did not mention, which comes in pretty handy, is you may need a little bit of flour to hold everything together. For this recipe, I'm going to start out with a tablespoon of salt. You can add salt to taste, but what you do want for each recipe is 1 tablespoon of coriander powder. Okay, once you get your ingredients in your blender, just blend it, use the tamper, push it through. You might need to add a little bit of water to keep it going, but do that and I'll be right back. Once you have all your beans ground up, it's going to be somewhat similar to this texture. You can add a little flour if you want to make it a little bit more binding. I'm actually going to add a little bit of flaxseed to mine because it's such a good binder. And then the next step is you need to get some coconut oil or olive oil and just fry these into balls, or you can roll them into balls and put them in your oven and bake them. It's very simple. When you're done baking them, you want to put them in your sandwich. Pita bread, cucumbers, tomatoes, lettuce, mayo, some hummus or tahini, and you've got yourself a falafel sandwich.